Cancer, and welcome to your reading. Let's start your reading, Cancer. Let's see what's been happening with you in the past. What have you been experiencing? What is so important that you need to know, Cancer? All right, we've got the second chakra and we have got the angel of balance. Evidently, there has been some healing, balancing of your second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is of creativity, it is of emotional intimacy, it's about your a very significant life partner. That kind of a relationship is also signified by the second chakra, and creativity in general, where people are who are working with the who are in the creative field. So there is some kind of balance being restored in your sacral chakra with the angel of balance here telling us that something has got balanced, something has got healed, something about in the past, I think further than this, you were experiencing some imbalance either in a relationship, or the creative people were experiencing some kind of an emotional block. But now of late, things have been a little more balanced in your relationship or at the work front. Let's see this in a little more detail. We have the Tower card. Something situations, I would say, automatically fell into place. Here with the Tower card, I just feel that things happened on their own. Or maybe for some of you, there were some major realizations you had, Cancer, which automatically paved the way for some balance to come into your relationship. For some of you, it could have happened through some external reason, or something happened and you realized a few things. And for some of you, the realization was within, where you realized something about your relationship which helped you to bring about a balance. And you were in flow with the energy. The universe was trying to communicate something to you regarding either your relationship or your creative project. And when you kind of tapped into it, when you were a little receptive to that, you figured out a few things for yourself. And when you started proceeding with that information you got, or with that realization you got, the balance automatically flowed in with regard to your creative project or regarding your relationship. That's what the Tower card says, a realization that what is your focus on, what are you focusing on, what is necessary, what is unnecessary, and what is it that you're unduly emphasizing, what is it that you are negligent towards, that kind of clarity coming for you. We have the Page of Swords, and yes, a lot of thoughts regarding that, what to do, how should I do it, but all of that did fall into place, and you had various ways of doing uh, bringing up doing things which would bring about this balance which you have got. For some of you, it could just be a good communication with your partner, or for some of you, it could be just communication with yourself, talking to yourself, which made things fall into place for you. And what more regarding this? You have the Ten of Wands. So with that, that burden kind of lifted from you. The clarity came, the burden lifted. You were no longer feeling heavy, you were no longer feeling weighed down. The clarity has come regarding your relationship or your project. What are you experiencing in the present? Magician and the Mirror. Again, this is a card of creating. Again, this is a card of aligning the masculine and the feminine energies to bring into realization your plans, to see through the smoke, to see through the illusion. You have already done that. A little bit of balance has come. Now you wish to work on it a little more. And some of you are looking into your intuitive creative abilities to do the right thing for your relationship or regarding your work. There is an amalgamation of both energies, both forces, to work harmoniously and work in tandem with each other, so that you might create a better relationship, or you might create better creative work for yourself. What is this Magician and Mirror about? It's all about creative energy and harnessing these energies, right? See, in the background we do see this dead branch, so obviously things need to be created, because nothing this is over and done with. Now it's time to build upon something you started in the past. What is this card about? Let's see. What is this magician and the mirror telling us? Knight of Wands. Yes, it's time to get started and get going with whatever you have planned, and whatever you have either planned, you're planning now, or whatever you did in the past, whatever was working out, you need to put in a little more energy in that. We've got Ace of Wands, yet another Wands, a lot of fire and passion, and I would say energy coming back into your relationship or your creative work. And stay with it. With the Strength card, be with it, and continue putting in the effort. It's in a way, see, look at this dead branch over here, and here from this wand there is a branch which is full of leaves and a little fruit as well. So there is a lot of energy around you, within you, to create things right now, Cancer. Be it in your relationship, be it in your work, be it in your project. A very, very fertile and fruitful time for you to be putting in effort, and it's a nice way things are balancing out for you. What's coming up? Woman holding a coin. There are rewards which you can get from this situation. All right, there is something which you are getting for yourself in terms of comfort, in terms of nurturing. Whatever you are nurturing, in the time to come, it is going to nurture you in terms of physical rewards, money, resources, whatever your creative project is. And for those of you where it is a relationship, it could actually be something like a marriage, something like a long term commitment if you're looking at it, because now things are seemingly falling in place, getting better. You have the ability, the drive, the energy to make it grow a little more, work on it a little more. A lot of potential this entire thing has for you, and very likely it's giving you rewards. We've got these cards, I'll take these. So you have the Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands. So whatever transformation you have had, whatever conversation you have had, which is which in the time to come, it's going to be very, very clear cut, and it's going to come rushing towards you. Queen of Swords is again feminine energy, which is transformative in terms of the way you are thinking at it, thinking about a situation, the way you're looking at it, your own perspective, in a very cut and dried manner, to see what is working, what is not working. So when you're absolutely clear about what nurtures you, what works for you, what is likely to give you results, things will start moving really rapidly. Five of Cups, a little bit of sadness and regret, and okay. Now, when you are bringing about these changes in, working towards them, be a little careful about, how honestly or how bluntly you communicate. Because, and don't fire off immediately. See, with Eight of Wands has a lot of powerful energy, it has a lot of potential, and once unleashed, there is no way you can take it back. So when you are communicating very clearly, just make sure your words don't have that edge, your words don't have that abruptness, your words don't have that cold hard facts. You are putting across facts, but you need to tone it down. You need to speak in a more nurturing manner. The Queen of Swords can be very, very cut and dried and to the point, because that kind of communication is going to upset people. And with the Nine of Wands, it is something which is going to lead to something further. Nine of Wands is a card of a situation reaching exhaustion level, but it is not over. So whatever you say, whatever you communicate, whatever your plans are, they are quite capable of giving you results, but they can be negative results as well. Because with the Nine of Wands, Five of Cups, there is something which could upset somebody if you're going to speak in a very cut and dried manner. And you also have this card which says you can speak things in a nice way. So Cancer, the choice is yours, but whatever it is, whatever you say, once it is unleashed, your words are unleashed, the way the cards are, it just seems this energy is, just coming out of this Queen of Swords. Once she has said it, once she has communicated, it is going to, there's no taking it back. There is no taking it back, and it is, there are very high chances of somebody, getting very upset and hurt. And they're probably, Nine of Wands, what I'm getting is they're likely to wait for a opportunity to, it won't be something which will be over and done with very quickly. When you communicate, and you communicate in this Queen of Swords manner, harsh, abrupt, to the point, it might be that spur of the moment where you just burst out and you say something. You need to avoid that moment, Cancer. That's all I can tell you, because it can it is not, it's going to be something which will have ramifications for the long term future, because there is nine of wands which says it is not going to get over with at that point in time. If you say something at that point of time, don't think it's over and done with. Even if somebody's upset, they might show it to you, might tell you, might not tell you, whatever it is, but if you even give them an apology, it is quite unlikely that they are not going to forget it so soon. All right, so you need to be really careful with how you are going to communicate, because it has the potential to come back to you in a very, very tangible manner. Uh, it would be a good idea to keep your emotions a little under check, a little under control, because you can be speaking things which you, just like have the urge that I just have to say it out. So if you can temper that a little bit, you can prevent the damage. But this is the, guidance the cards are giving you, to be a little careful. Not a little careful, I would say very careful. Right? Let's see what are the challenges which Cancer can experience. So you are creating something. You might feel very confident about having created something, but in the time to come, just because you happen to be on the right path, don't let that get into overconfidence. That's all I can say. Two of Wands. What are your challenges? Your challenges are, you have the choices, to do, whatever you want to choose, you need to do that. But and start something completely new. But so how is it a challenge? How is Two of Wands a challenge for Cancer? How is Two of Wands a challenge for Cancer? We've got two, we've got Eight of Cups, and we have got Six of Pentacles. So here with the it's a challenge, because it's time to move away from certain patterns of you feel that if you do something like this is in context with the reading, that if you do something like that, if immediately you fix it, it will become okay. No, I think there is a pattern. It is a, why is it a challenge? Because I think this is something a little in your behavior pattern, with regard to this situation, that when things, you come into balance, things start working out, it gives you a big boost, right? It gives you a big boost. It gives you the urge to rush into it further, and which says that and when we rush into things, we tend to take we can get a little impractical, we can get a little hasty, and that being hasty can cause a bit of problems if the strength is not utilized. So being hasty can lead to speaking in haste, doing things in haste, which could offend somebody, right? And if you feel that you have that pattern, but you go apologize, you offer something to them so that the situation moves you move away from the situation, that is a challenge. That pattern is no longer going to work for you, Cancer. That is what I'm getting with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is looking out in the future. Whatever you have done in the past is not an option for you. You are looking out in the future, because whatever you've done in the past is not, it's over and done with. This kind of, giving an apology, moving away, and then getting into that entire cycle. That cycle is now coming to an end for you, Cancer. You cannot keep doing that, you can't keep repeating that behavior. It is not going to be tolerated by the other person. So that is what your challenge. Look at a new way of dealing with this kind of energy, which makes you hasty, which makes you rush into things, which makes you take action without too much thought, which makes you want to do things really, really fast. You need to tone down that kind of approach, that kind of behavior, or that kind of way of doing things is not going to work for you because of this reason. So that is what a challenge is. Look at a new way, looking at a new way of dealing with whenever you are in this state. So like I gave the example, you feel that creative urge, energy starting to flow, and then you say, all right, just go ahead and do this, I'm feeling good, it's given me that good feeling. But in that, being a little hasty about that, charging forth with that could go the wrong way. What is your guidance? And this time I think the apology is not going to work very well for you in your favor. It can offend people to a greater degree than what used to happen in the past. Two of Wands is whatever is happening in the past is not going to work for you this time, Cancer. So you are being cautioned very strongly to use your energy very, very carefully, especially in terms of speech. And we have got your guidance card, which is Three of Pentacles. You need to learn to kind of work as a team, rather than having your own creative ideas taking center stage, having your own way of doing things, your own creative energy being dominant, and that you're feeling very inspired and active with this, so you need to go ahead with it with full force. No, you need to work with a team, you need to slow down a little. Pentacles is all about slowing down, grounding. Earth moves so slowly. Our speech moves faster than earth, our thoughts move faster than earth, our feelings move faster than earth. But when we start doing that in practice, it moves very, very slowly. So your only guidance is, Cancer, for a couple of days, or whenever you watch this reading, I would say even 10 days, 2 weeks, go slow. You don't get caught up in this. Oh, we have this card also, King of Swords. Yeah, so I just saw it, and the King of Swords says, think through everything clearly, practically, in a very rational, cool and calm mind. It's like a judge. He has to take the decision after going through everything in a very dispassionate and in a very indifferent manner. That it's not what suits me, or what works for me, or what clicks with me. It has to be neutral, it has to be practical, it has to be unbiased. So all your decisions, all your plans need to be unbiased, in the way that they don't favor you, they work for the entire team. It's not about you now, it is about the team, right? See how it fits in your perspective. But it's all about the keeping the focus on everybody moving together, everybody participating, everybody contributing, and not you alone, Cancer. Here we've got another guidance card for you. See other people as they are, and not what you perceive them to be, Cancer. It's like she's taking off these rose colored glasses, because she needs to you're being urged to see them for what they are, and not what your perception of them is. It would be a good time to see them through another lens, not the lens you are used to seeing them with. So that's, and communicate with clarity. Here we got communication, no, right? So just stay cool, calm, collected, and speak clearly, and speak, I would also say, slowly, right? Gather your thoughts, and kind of just clearly say what you would like to say, and in a very slow manner. It's all about a lot of swords, a lot of wands, and you just need to balance and go slow with your emotions and your thoughts and your speech. So whatever you want to say, communicate with clarity, right? To avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. Here, Five of Cups is sadness, and Queen of Swords can be a little bit of very fiery, dramatic energy, right? So just say that, and it does talk about relationships. All of our relationships would change. There would be no wars. So be very clear. There is no misunderstanding. Putting facts across clearly and in a pleasant manner, I would say. Okay, we also have take action without expecting a reward. Here, Three of Pentacles. It is telling you to do things not for a short perspective. It is to do things with the group in mind, a larger picture in mind, with many people in mind, not expecting that you are doing something from them, so they in turn are going to do something for you, or you are doing something, it should give that kind of a result. Whatever you are doing now, do it without expecting anything from it, and take action on your ideas. Do take action, but do not expect anything. Take action on your ideas, bring your ideas into fruition. Like I said, it's a very good time. Energies are balanced, energies are flowing, but you need to be very clear about what you're doing. Take your team into consideration. Look at it's all about a people-centric reading, Cancer, for you this time. And whatever you're doing, don't do it with a result in mind, with a reward in mind, with some kind of return in mind. By all means, do what you need to do. Include everybody else, but do bear in mind, the guidance which has been given by the tarot. So you do your best, whatever you can do, and this card also says, action upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no rewards. So many great ideas are in your head, but without action, upon an idea, there will be no manifestation. So by all means, it's a creative time for you to put into action your ideas, but you need to be very careful how you communicate. You need to be very careful about how you are dealing with other people with regard to your idea. Your creative energies might be really high, but with other people it might take them a little time to get around to your idea. It make them a little time to process what you want to say, do what you're wanting. And right now it is just having your idea getting accepted, having your idea everybody thinking about it. So you might have your picture regarding your idea, but everybody might not be sharing that end result. Everybody might not be on board with everything about your idea. So you need to give people space and time to chew upon what you are giving and see what comes out of it. So this reading is saying, don't push your end result regarding your idea right now. There is possibility of change. That is what I am saying. So you communicate your idea very clearly, let it out to other people, let them get back to you, but avoid trying to make them see what you want to make them see. Let them have their own ideas, let them have their own perspective. You have to give a lot of leeway and a free hand to people who are working with you, whether it is a relationship, whether it is work. Because I do get these cards of and this feeling of things going wrong if you are going to be very adamant and insistent upon your idea, your plan, your outcome. It's like being a little self-centric, right? So just be a little careful about that. Everything else is fine, but give people their space to chew on your idea, sorry. And that let them process it and see how it is going to. You need to wait for their input. 3 of Pentacles, it will take time. So don't rush into anything, because with the Pentacle card things move very slowly, right? So with that, I'll wrap up your reading, Cancer. Thank you for watching.